We just go for another tank, get the link next round, or we could go for 2 chaff. Just go with the chaff, it's a little bit safer. Thinking round 4, link. That's the gold standard for when to go link. Or let's say that's the earliest you can go link. We win despite his missiles, so that's pretty good. His missiles don't do anything, but they're going to be problematic for the wasps when they come out. Just tank city. Could get the attack upgrade. Because we don't get AP anymore. Might be worth changing the AP to something else. Another option is let's just mass tanks until we can just one-shot them. Because the round when we go link, all the tanks are going to survive. And everything behind the tanks are probably going to survive too. So you could do a crap ton of damage. Instantly one-shotting the opponent. Yeah, I mean, this is already pretty effective. You don't even need to go link right away. Let's just whittle him down. Let's get him down to like 2,500 and then just one-shot him. Scorpion is going to be the end of our party though. That's a huge problem. Could just go into wasps right now. Could just go link right away, but the link isn't good into Scorpion. Especially a level 2 Scorpion. That was not the drop we wanted to see there for sure. Now I'm almost thinking go range. Just try to beat the single Scorpion, but it's a huge decision here. You just go into wasps right away. Brown spec wasp. Instead of ground spec, we could even just elite recruit them. So the idea is the wasps are going to be pretty good later on, but they're also going to be good for right now. Okay, Scorpion time. So we'll win the round with the wasp. Could consider selling out of the Scorpions now because you don't want to go link sledges, I think, into level 2 Scorpion. But I see that we're doing okay on this side, so I mean, he's killing less sledges when they're not linked, so I'm tempted not to go for the link. But I could also go for the link now just to try to wrap the game up, but it's kind of a risky situation here. EMP is not going to be great for anyone. Orbital bombardment is going to be horrible for me. The missile strikes are going to be horrible. Do I go for the EMP here? I don't think the EMP does anything. Because I don't have range on... I don't have any techs. I definitely need to go shield. Actually, think I skip here. Let's go shield on our wasp. Yeah, I'm just thinking build more wasps here, but could also start building the flanks. Or I could also go into Link, but he's not going to EMP me, you'd imagine. I could go into Link. I feel like the ground spec would be pretty good here, but it's too much money. The Link. Alright, well, let's say we go for the Link here. Not 100% sure if this is the right play. Could be easily be a mistake. Guess go for speed. No, maybe I go for missile here. Oops. Definitely wanted to missile that. Here comes the Mustangs. He tripled down on the Scorpion. I didn't expect that. I expected him to go like all in on Mustangs. It's just one pack of Mustangs. Mustangs don't even seem to have range. Okay, the Link breaks. It's kind of a disaster here. Yeah, I should have listened to my own advice there. Do not go Link when the Scorpions are already there. What I thought was he would abandon the Scorpion because, you know, we went into the Wasp and he would just go all in onto his Mustang counter. I didn't expect him to continue to build Scorpions. So I think we lose the game. It might be very hard to come back from this. Now our only hope is maybe ground spec should just force the Wasps more. Like ground spec Wasp into this could still work. You could try like Phantom Rays or some kind of armor unit to tank for the Wasp, but yeah, I mean that could also be an option. Just turn this into an air battle. It's gonna have Farseer, so I probably wouldn't do that. Typhoons in the flank could be interesting. I might want to break the Link on purpose, or no, I don't think so. Just continue to sell out of these dogs. Let's go ground spec. I actually borrowed last round, so that's not great. Should probably sell a single Typhoon though, actually. Because I kind of need the money. Alright, ground spec. Gonna have to borrow range. Really meant to missile this. I think you probably want to missile a couple of these things. Okay, I'll go for, instead of the next missile, I might just go for more of these. Okay. It did take them multiple shots, though. Alright, starting to kind of come back from this. Aerial spec will be kind of the end of us. I think you sell out of this. Okay, fire is good. Fire is really good. Could see him going extinguisher. Okay, we're just going to commit more into the Wasps. The Wasps have been doing us pretty good. Might be hard for him to catch up on the Wasps. What do you need now? Range? Aerial spec? Don't think you need... The range probably is pretty good. Let's continue. I need a missile. We'll just do a couple missiles here. Is the range really worth it though? Or for that much? Don't think so. Guess I'll throw down a shield here for the fire. Guess that doesn't do anything for us. Just go speed. And another missile somewhere. Is aerial spec. Can we chew through his Mustangs quicker than his Mustangs chewing through us? I think we can. We're just overwhelming him with the amount of wasps. Wow. That was lucky. That was... The link was a huge mistake, but we were still able to beat the Mustangs. And I did feel like the reason I went for the link was I kind of felt like he thought that we were going to abandon the tanks, so he would just go into pure Mustang, but he spent another turn investing into Scorps, which kind of messed us up, but he eventually got into aerial spec Mustangs, but it was too little too late. His Farseer didn't do anything for him. Probably should have sold out. I think he could have probably sold out of this and went elite recruit for, like, you know, 3 more Mustangs. I think that might have worked for him. I'm just curious to see how bad of a misplay that was from his perspective. But that wasn't a game we deserved to win. That was a game that we lost because we clicked the sledge link. Certain times where you just don't want to click the sledge link. It's all or nothing. It's super risky. And I still clicked the link even though he came out with, he showed me the Scorpion, so that was a bad play. Can't believe we were able to overcome it though. I did learn a little bit from this, that the ground spec is crazy good. You can even kill the Mustangs with it. So let's see, skip here, sell out of this guy. And the guy should have enough to clean up the aerial spec, right? The fire's gonna come down here. There's not much you can do about it. You could perhaps beacon this guy backwards a little bit, but it's probably not a big deal. Just go for the attack upgrade. I do like the shield though. The shield does something. The sledge line is just a complete joke. It dies so quick. Surely he wins, right? Yeah. You win. You win with this. So, yeah. Don't know what to say. But we definitely deserve to lose that one. And I think what this also tells me is that I might need to go for the level 2 Wraith with level 2 Wraith with armor would actually be maybe a good pivot for us. Because we know we lose to mass Mustang. So the fire's still good for us. We lose the masked Mustang, so therefore we need level 2 Wraith with armor. Probably could sell out of, so sell out one of these guys. Nope, we need to sell out of a tank. We can break the link. The link's not doing that much for us. I don't know though. This is a bit speculative. It's very speculative because, yeah. Maybe we need to do something like this if he were to go into the correct counter, which is Mass Mustang. But now all of a sudden we lose to the Farseer, so not quite sure about this. Right? Choose your poison. I might just go more into those, I might just go quad tech actually. On those wasps because, you know, they're pretty good into everything. Didn't deserve to win that one for sure. The thing is, when you talk about breaking the chain with a melter or something, like if it aims at the high level one, then it kills everything. If it aims at the low level one, then it kills the low level one. So for the Scorpion, if it aims, you know, I guess it depends on where it aims, right? If it aims on the high level one or the low level one. So, you know, I think the Scorpion is just not something you want to mess around with. And with, you know, trying to get the chain to break, yeah, sometimes it can help you, but it's kind of random when it comes to where that melter is going to aim. And I don't think you want to be betting the farm on, you know, like getting the wrong lock or something. It could be pretty disastrous. I just think you know, you can't just win by hoping your chain breaks in the perfect way. So cost control is the best specialist for any of these tank shenanigans because you gotta go for 2 tanks right away. We're not concerned with what the enemy is doing at all. We're just gonna go for our build. It makes 0 difference to us what he's got going. If anything, I'm just, you know, this pack I'm usually trying to cheese with because I'm gonna sell out of it. Like, but I don't think I can get in. I don't think I can get in here for a cheese, but definitely gonna sell the Mustang. How does he have a Raiden? I don't think he had a Raiden. Keeps the low level ones, high level ones. The best to randomly upgrade in the middle. Yeah, I know what you mean. You want to alternate the tanks so you have high level, low level, high level, low level. But if you're, I guess it works against Scorpions, right? Because if they just like hit the high level one, then all of a sudden, you know, well, if they hit the low level one, then the high level ones might survive. But if they hit the high level ones, then you know, I don't feel like I'm gonna upgrade. I'm not gonna. I feel like you already lose when you go into Link Sledge. When you already lose if you go Link Sledge and he has basically Scorpions or Melters already on the board. Like it's not something you want to work around. It's just, you know, it's just bad. You don't want to put yourself in a situation like that. We could go for the attack. We are cost control, right? Is he gonna... He doesn't kill us with the missile strike, but it's gonna be pretty painful. See, we've got him to deploy something here, which is, you know, which is why I like to put that, that unit that we don't sell. I like to just kind of use it as a cheese. So we could do a round 4 link, but it's kind of contingent on these steel balls, like, not leveling and ideally getting sold. Because if the steel balls are, if you're linked, then the steel balls counter you. But if you're not linked, then you counter the steel balls. So you don't want to do anything stupid here. Like the tanks are supposedly a counter to steel balls. So we should win without needing link. Okay, I think you go for the power system. Sell this. Missiles would kind of wreck us, but I'm also just thinking, you know, if we get into a link situation, then we don't care about the missiles. I'm starting to contemplate building something here. It's not going to be part of the link, but then again, I want to, you know, I want to make sure he sells the steel ball before I start committing into a link. And he's building more, so this is not good. Well, it's good because he's going to lose, I think, to normal sledges. It's not good because we can't go for our link play. And, you know, the whole point of us playing right now is to go link. So, fortunately, we might have to abandon those plans. Going for some wasps here is probably good. You know, so some wasps would actually do a lot of damage. And these steel balls getting levels, he's not going to sell out anytime soon. So maybe it's just because we're cost control. I don't know. Fangs are good. Vulcan can be good into this, right? But you also can lose to the Vulcan. Let's go for this. Like, we kind of need some chaff. All right, guess you go for range or AP here. Don't know how good AP is anymore. Don't think it's amazing. Just build the flanks because I don't know what else to do. Maybe this flank isn't super necessary. Might be a mistake here, but it's probably okay-ish. And now I'm wondering about these AP shells. I don't want AP shells, but I kind of feel like we need it. Might as well throw down an oil here. 100 left over. Yeah, I don't know, but maybe click armor, but yeah, maybe just click it. Underground healing, okay. I guess clicking AP is good for us. But the little chaff thing, you know, getting those chaffs was really good for us. The AP I think is super good here. Okay. And he's got wasps all of a sudden. Okay. But we have a few leftover fangs. So now I want him to sell out of the ball so I can go into my link. think you might want to keep these guys around since they're doing damage. You know, our chaff clear isn't that amazing. Kind of want to start going into my own wasps just because I'm so used to playing wasps now. I feel like they're almost a little bit too far behind, these wasps. And you're concerned about aerial spec, his own aerial spec wasp, but probably your first tech is going to be ground spec, probably. Want to put these a little bit closer. I want these guys to, you know, get into the fight real quick. 150 left over. Don't know what to do. Maybe temp range. Okay, so he's got wasps everywhere. Is he selling out his steel balls? Because I feel like I only see like one pack. Does he have aerial spec? No, he doesn't have aerial spec on his own stuff. And this is taking very long for him to kill. Once we get healing and link, those wasps are never gonna be moving anywhere. A nice heal on his nice healing technology. Wasp should be dead. Okay. Now we go for the link because he's selling out. He doesn't believe that we're gonna start selling out of his balls. What do we sell out of here? What's the best value for 350, 400, 400? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I guess you go for this in case you need a photon. Definitely going to see our wasps get melted here. But let's go for the link, the heal, and wonder if you just throw a second one here just to tie them up, or do you just throw more here? I feel like you want to upgrade these guys, so we need to think about this. Go for the borrow. I think the single pack over here should be enough, but I could just reinforce it just to be sure, or I could just put more here. I think I'll just reinforce this just to make sure. And I think you have to guess here. Might go for a beacon. Is the beacon one of these guys away? Probably this one, right? Hard to say, hard to say. It's just too much to guess. I think just go with the aerial spec. Just go with the range. Yeah. I mean, he goes for this one. That's the obvious one, but you never know. Didn't sell out of all the steel balls. Now he's got Raidens. Raidens can't kill the healing tanks, I think. And the double flank is going to end up taking his tower. I don't know why he goes into Raidens, because the counter to Raidens is Wasp. I guess you need shielded Wasp, but still. Like, it's just not the greatest. Okay, this is it. The worm is not exact. The worm is not like, not something to be just like completely ignored. The Wasp, the worm is pretty deadly to, you know, is that definitely, you have to respect the worm here. Wait a second here. We have like two fangs left over. But he might kill this one pack, which is not good. If we can kill this Raiden, we probably win this game. But it's so close. There it goes. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough now. Alright, so we click shield, and now there's going to be a huge problem since we were into Link. Orbital bombardment's a huge problem for us. So this is not going to work, I think, for us. We're going to be losing. Let's go shield, obviously. His orbital's probably going to be here, so let's try to like dodge it by putting our units here. Sell out of something. We sell out of. And why do you sell out of something, right? For the shield, for the level, for the missile? What's the point of selling, right? For the level and the tower? I don't know. Maybe I sell out of this, and do I get? I don't. Probably don't want to get a level, do you? Maybe you do. Right? Interestingly, we do not see any orbital. That's a huge mistake from him because he needs an orbital to kill these wasps. Okay, he's got the steel ball now. So this flank was pretty good. We got him to waste his entire turn on the flank defense. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work out for him, but the EMP is not the counter to Link Sledge. He needs to kill the sledges. You don't want to just break the link. Okay, let's see here. He has a really good opportunity to debuff. Sometimes this single steel ball is not enough to be able to kill everything. We probably needed speed. I think we win here. Pretty sure. I like the double linked, I like the double pack of sledges because it just kind of makes sure that like his wasps don't accidentally kill it. Although we probably didn't need it. Probably could have just put more tanks on the front line. But he did take it super seriously. He put the steel balls there, so he really took it seriously by you know, for the two tanks. He probably could have went like ground spec, and I think ground spec might even kill this eventually. And but you know, he went for the deploys. The EMP is just not. It's just not doing anything. And the worms are actually a really good counter. I lost once to worms already. But I feel like, you know, maybe you just need them to be a little bit higher level. They actually do so much damage to the sledges. Marks has been the counter, the ratings. Marksman, the counter, rating. You don't need any marksman anymore with this build. All you need is just wasp. The wasp kills all the anti-air. The wasp also kills the ground. The wasp is, I don't know, it's just everything. And not exactly sure why, because I guess the counter to wasp is AA wasp or Mustang. Those are the only possible counters. Or no, wait, also Wraith. Those are the only counters. And none of those do anything to the tank line. So it's just kind of like a perfect complement to, it's just kind of like the perfect complement. Yeah, what up? Playing Link Sledges every game and getting a lot better at it. So aerial spec seems good because you go into Wasp, but the dogs kind of, I'm not sure how good the dogs are. Supply spec, probably just the best spec here. Yeah, so we actually went AP shells that last game. I kind of forgot about that. So that was the reason why we were able to win. So I guess I'm not taking AP shells off the tanks because they're doing something. Not worried about the missiles. I just want to make these somewhat like balanced in case he positions here, which is very likely. It's about 50-50. He's supposed to position here, but you know, it's completely the where he puts his units is just completely up in the air. So at least I have this, which is kind of more in the middle. And maybe I just put this here, and then I could put another one here if I want to later. Because it's not, I'm not really concerned about the missile. I want some chaff. Maybe I want the chaff here because, you know, there's this minigun here. Okay. Missile strike, okay. If you notice, I never check to see what specialist it is, and I don't care what his units are. It makes zero difference to this build, what he's doing. Because no one's gonna have a scorpion, no one's gonna have a melter. The steel balls don't, you know, it doesn't matter because he's gonna sell out of steel balls anyways. It's not that scary. This is gonna be a sell. I just wonder if I can like go for a cheese. I don't think so. I think it's definitely a sell. I think I have to sell it right away. Let me put it here. I could sell this in one round from now. I just start selling my cannons first, and then I'll sell that next round. Guess you go for 2 chaff here. Perhaps marksman, but probably doesn't. If I sold out of this, I go for a 3rd tank. Where I guess I go for a tank plus a unit, so it is still worth it. I'm not concerned about the Phoenix yet. He can go for... Okay, I don't like seeing the Wasp. The Wasp is bad. I mean, the Mustang is real bad. It's bad in the sense that when the Wasp come out, they're gonna die to the Mustang. But they're good in the short term because the tanks will just wreck the Mustangs. I don't need anything. I don't care about the smoke bomb. $150 left over. I don't know. Maybe the attack upgrade. Maybe a shield for the smoke. Maybe I don't know. Maybe just float because we're definitely going for the link next round. Does the attack upgrade do anything? I might do something this round. Like, And the speed is also good too. Let's not like, let's not do something stupid. I never like floating. I don't know. I don't think floating is good. I never really have had a situation where I floated money and I was like, that was so good. I think every single time I float, I lose. And we're playing tempo, right? We're trying to beat him in 5 rounds, so you don't want to be playing games here with just floating money for no reason. Okay, so here's the link. Ooh, Ion Blast. I don't think you can go Link now with the Ion Blast. Like, the Ion Blast probably kills the Link instantly. We could Ion Blast him, because he's gonna Ion Blast us for sure. You just go, like, it's gonna be hard to position this, but imagine it's gonna be like this. Now I wish I didn't go for the Ion Blast, because I don't feel like I don't know how to position this blast. Okay, we click speed. Just build more tanks. Might want to start building the flanks. Guess I don't need this here. I could go for a 3rd tank. Really should click speed though. Yeah, I already have speed. Like his little distraction here. Probably gonna end up taking out most of our stuff, but look at our beam. Our beam's like pretty damn good. And obviously the distraction's pretty good. So now we click Link and we just win the game after next round. Because he's not gonna expect it. It's kind of crazy how the mass tanks are still doing well with 0 technologies. You know, the Phantom Race could be good, but it's only good if you lose. If we end up losing, we might need to transition to shielded Phantom Race, but I don't think it's a huge deal. But I'll just use it here just because we don't have any anti-air. Just put it here, like. Okay, so Link, start borrowing. And let's go for speed. Probably 2 more tanks. I wonder if you just reinforce these tanks. Would be interesting play, actually, I think. Like, the missile might kill the tank. If the missile hits here, this is gonna die. That's the only problem. I could see him missiling this. So that could be the mistake. That we may not want to make that kind of mistake. I could go for 3 chaff. You don't need chaff though for this situation. Okay, I'm gonna be floating 50 here because I don't see what I could do. Maybe I could just missile this. So I expect to win right now. So good thing we went for the Phantom Race. This is exactly why I went for it. Didn't go for a missile, so but he still can't kill this. He still can't kill this. See? This will eventually kill everything and it'll get the tower. And he's not going to be able to touch any of these tanks. It's just going to be 3k damage out of nowhere. And guys, this is why the tank Link is just crazy good. This is why, and it's easy to play. It's easy to play. I don't think, I think his mistake was to go into those Mustangs, right? Had he went Scorpions or something, you know, he decided to go into Vulcans, which was good, but a little bit too little too late there. That was a bit of a massacre. I feel, you know, that felt like, you know, that felt a little bit too easy. Has to be Mustangs with range and anti-air. That way the Mustangs stay behind the tanks. You mean for the opponent or for us? I don't know why you went Mustang. I don't think it was because we went... He thought we were going to go Mustang, like Wasp, because you go Wasp after the link. You don't go Wasp, like, for no reason. I mean, maybe he was expecting round 2 Wasp or something. There's so many good things that counter, right? Like the Whirlwind Rhino, but try Exploding Rhino. Like Whirlwind with Explosion. The explosion is just crazy. Okay, so again, we don't get tanks, but there's no problem. You got cost control, you got quick supply. They're both really good. Just don't know about the nerf of the 11%. That could be problematic later on. The quick supply is not bad. I'll go with the cost control because I said it before, the cost control is really good. You get a nice clean 2 tanks on round 1. Alright, so... just put this here because the gun is not going to be... Right, the gun, we don't want to put the fangs into the gun until we know, you know, for sure where he's deployed. It's always ASIM. This I could do this here, or I could try to like just put this here. It's not going to be amazing, but I could just try this here, or I could just like play more conservatively, just put it here. Just so that his gun, I don't know. Kind of doesn't matter that much. Just put it here. The walls and the towers have done absolutely nothing to make the game more or less random. If anything, it's made it more like... It's made it more random. I guess you can no longer deploy a in the center anymore. That's the only thing. So cost control, we're kind of losing. He doesn't have Link. He's not a Link believer. Still has the old carry techs. Intensive training could be a really good idea to level up our tanks. Might actually need it, but don't think we have the money to... Between that and just building the tanks and getting the Link. I suspect we're definitely going to go for round 4 Link here. Let's unlock the marksman just in case we have to deal with early Phoenix G's. So far, nothing he's doing is tell. I think I played this guy before, and I think I played him with Link before, but so far nothing he's doing is telling me that not to go Link. But I could totally expect him to put a Scorpion here, and that would be a huge problem. Kind of wish this was here now because at least he could missile us next round, and If we don't have the link, we're gonna lose like 2 packs of tanks. Exploding Rhinos seems interesting, but it's not going to be long lasting. The Wraith is pretty good. I could probably keep the Wraith, but I get a little bit more money from the Storm, but the Wraith's not bad. I'm going to sell the Tarantula this round, I think. It hasn't done any damage. Could almost go Link right now, but I don't want to. I don't want to just push this to like there needs to be, obviously, you know, there needs to be more tanks. The more tanks, the better. Start putting our first tank here since we're gonna put Link on next round. Probably want the attack upgrade. I'm worried about a Wraith in the corner. Maybe I should put my Wraith also in the corner here. Or just here. Okay, we have 150. We're gonna have to float. There's not much we can do. Okay. Now the Scorpions come out. So have we learned our lesson? Do not go into Link once you see the Scorpion. The Scorpion doesn't do anything here. It's only when they're linked that the Scorpion's going to do massive damage. Or are we still going to try to force the Link even into a Scorpion? But he's got the Wraith now, so that means you're it's very problematic for the it's very problematic for your Wasp play, the Wasp cheese. Scorpion hasn't gone a level yet, but he's gonna put more down with range. Might want to keep this actually. So what do I do now? Do I just go mass Wraith? With like do I just go degen beam on the Wraith, get a second Wraith, and then start going into Wasp or something, or just like mass Wraith? Mass Wraith doesn't feel amazing, but mass degen beam doesn't feel amazing either. If you just go armor first. I want to go Wasp here, but the problem is this Wraith is going to be it's going to be pretty problematic. Okay, this is venturing into new territories that we haven't. How did he get level 3? Oh my god. How do you get level 3 instantly? Training spec? Yep. Okay. But how did he get like 2 training specs though? That's so bad. Even the tower debuff does nothing. It's just a normal heal. It's not even like the other heal. Okay, so now you have to go into, I guess... I do like the Wasp Swarm, but doesn't feel that good here. You could easily Wasp Swarm us. Let's just get it for the defense. So I need Phoenixes, or I need, probably need Phoenixes here. What is the range? 60 plus 100. He's gonna have 100. I could just go straight into charge shot. Kind of feel like that this needs to be abandoned now because it's not doing anything. If I'm not going to go into Link, then it's not going to do anything. That being said, I'd probably need to... probably need to borrow and sell something to get the third Phoenix. Okay. At least we have at least we have that. He actually sold out of the Scorpion. Holy crap. Now you know what time it is. Now you know what time it is. I cannot believe that he sold out of the Scorpion. It just goes to show that people, they have no idea what, like, what this linked, what the linked, potential of the link sledge is. Because it's like, okay, at least we killed the monster, at least we killed the monster Wraith there. It's kind of like having a loaded gun pointing at you and you're like, yeah, I don't care. So, time for the link. Probably use a second deployment module here. So, link first, upgrade, start borrowing. Did this guy do nothing for some reason? Okay, let's move him around. Let's do this, maybe? Since we wanted to defend this. This is also good. Sell out of one of these guys. Still missile this. Okay, let's try this. Question is, does a level 2 Wraith kill a level 1 sledge with heal? These Phoenixes need to be further back. And the answer is, it kind of does. It kind of does. But not quick enough. Not quick enough. Wait, there's something here? He threw down a random wasp pack here. Okay, one more round, but now you know we've shown our hand. It's not going to be as easy. I think this is going to be a sell. Steel Ball is going to be his natural counter, I think, to this. Interesting that he went for the EMP thing. Could throw down your own Steel Balls here just to act as chaff. Usually you go into wasp, but the problem is the wasps don't seem to be, they don't have that big of a shelf life here. Might just go into the steel balls, just to act as chaff. That's the wasp swarm, okay. We need to think about this. Usually it's just wasps. Do I pressure him here with like a bunch of wasps? What do I do here? Do I put one of the steel balls in to try to get his tower real quick? Need to sell, I think, one of these wraiths. The wraiths aren't doing anything. I don't know what to do now. So, because I don't know what to do, I'm just gonna make more tanks. Okay, wait a second. What is this? Why did he go AA fort? It's for the Phoenix. Okay. But he's actually assuming that he can kill the Link sledges if he wins the air. I feel like, okay, he's level 2 fort though. So the level 2, it might work for him. Okay. Yeah, actually, kind of had a brain fart moment there. We lose the game here. I just didn't know what this situation with the wraiths is not something that I kind of was expecting. I kind of have dealt with here. I have never dealt with the wraith here because I can't go wasps anymore unless I go like range aerial spec, something like that. So okay. Let's take a look at the replay and just see how we could have dealt with this. We'll add that to our list of how to counter the recounters. Went for a fort with AA, so he was worried about the phoenixes. So I guess we should have just built more phoenixes, right? Like Phoenix Shield. Maybe our phoenixes were also a little bit too far forward. Maybe our the ball was completely useless. So we go for the cell. And let's just say we spam more phoenixes. Get the shield. Put them a little bit further behind. Missile this. Okay, this is a bit of a problem. Wait, he sold out of that flank entirely? Okay. Okay, so we win with just more Phoenix. But if he puts a melter down, like... Well, I guess you have the Wraiths in front, but... Then where are you supposed to go? Phantom Ray? Just feel like his fort AA probably wasn't the best call. He's not even... Okay, that was in the drop, though. Okay. So, basically, I just chose the wrong unit. I should just chose to spam more Phoenix instead of more sledges. Makes sense. I ran out of time. Phoenix replaces marksman, but you have more my value with the marksman anti-air. Yeah, I mean, for Phoenix, I didn't want to go Phoenix. I want to go marksman. Definitely want to go marksman. Why did I go Phoenix there? Yeah, Phoenix was probably a mistake as well. I don't know why I went Phoenix there. Should have went AA marksman. You don't even need range, you just need AA marksman. And they're always going to be sit behind the tanks, whereas for some reason those Phoenixes, they just moved up and just died instantly. But I'm kind of surprised how just the building more Phoenix there worked. I think I agree that probably the Overlord and late Wasp would have been better. I don't know why you went for the fort, like Wasp production. Wasp production and more forts probably just wreck everything we're doing. So I feel like he kind of threw the game with his fort AA, but it did end up working because we didn't click shield. And, you know, if you have marksman, his fort AA does nothing to the marksman, right? Missile spec looks kind of like the right spec here. You know, you get the sledge, you get the marksman. This is playable, but you probably just go for this since you already have the tanks. All right. Speed spec. Yep. I think my own Wraith there was a mistake. Like, we made so many mistakes. The Wraith, I mean, when you see a Wraith, you just go into A marksman. Well, why would you go for your own Wraith? My brain wasn't thinking there. The crazy thing is, we made two big mistakes. Wraith, we made the mistake of Phoenix, but we still almost won. Like, if we just spanned more Phoenix, like, I ran out of time, my brain just stopped working, and I just said, okay, build a few more tanks, but it's not what I really wanted to do there. Okay, it's gonna be a skip. Guess he goes for some kind of shield airdrop. Do we start selling out of our stuff? Maybe, maybe not yet. I think you could go for 2 chaff, or you could just go straight into the tank. Because on round 4, when we have the link, you don't care about the missiles anymore. I don't feel like we can missile anything here, so I'm not gonna take his gambit here. It's probably good to just have a little bit of chaff. Probably not horrible, but... Okay, so now we see the Wraith, which means that the Fangs were just completely... was a bad choice, maybe. However, we won't make the same mistake. He goes Wraith into Marksman. We don't need to click Aerial Spec yet, but if the Wraiths become... if the numbers start growing too much, we will click Aerial Spec. The Wraiths died to Aerial Spec so easy. But unfortunately, it looks like we got a little bit scanned by a few crawlers. At least the Wraith doesn't get level. Okay, probably time to sell something. I'm still not concerned about the Wraith yet. I just want to build more tanks. Get the link closer and closer to materializing. Probably now I want to... Maybe I want to do this now. Kill a little bit of chaff. There's no other targets, really. Okay. Okay, so now I have to click Aerial Spec because he clicks range. But I feel like I click Link first, so everything can't die, and then you know, you don't even need the Aerial Spec anymore because the only thing that's going to be around is the Wraith. Do I kill? Okay, he's speed spec, so it doesn't do that much for him. Okay, I probably need a missile here instead. There was like 2 crawlers coming in. Are we gonna see steel balls next round or something? Like, because usually it's steel ball, and he doesn't have any technologies on the saber yet. Guess if he goes steel ball, if he doesn't click range next round, it's not gonna work for him. So I'll still go for the link. The wasps are gonna be an insta pick. I don't care if he has the the Wraith or not. Need to sell something. I don't know if I want to sell this, but let's go into the link. Or do I just delay it for one more round? Just to make sure I can do, just so I can do even more damage once the link comes online. It's nice to have just the tanks here because, you know, I don't even need to put I could go for the damage here. Don't even need to put a crawler in front because when the link comes online, then it just doesn't matter. Like the missiles doesn't matter, whatever he's got, it doesn't matter. It can tank everything. He's gone into multiple Wraiths. But then again, I still do not need aerial spec on the marksman because he can't, once his ground army is done, his air army is not going to be able to do anything to the link, do anything to the sledges. his saber's super tanky. If he gets double shot on the saber, he can actually it will be pretty. It can counter the link sledges. So you can't just completely discount the the sledge, the sabers. So the nuke is not what you want to see for sure. Now I do not go link on the nuke round, because if the nuke touches any of your sledges, then everything dies. So I cannot go into link sledges this round. We'll click aerial spec now. Okay, I don't know. Let's get a couple more of these. Did this guy do anything? He didn't do anything because he's too far away. He could just go for 2 shields. I mean, he may not even click. He may not even go for the nuke, but I don't want to take that chance. The nuke's pretty good for me. So I said I was gonna go link on round 4, but it's gonna be round 6. Pretty decent nuke. Didn't do that much, but did kill all his wraiths. Now you imagine he's gonna go into some kind of wasp play, because he needs shielded wasps now for the marksman. EMP blast has to be good here, but kind of don't need them. I kind of don't need it. It's too expensive, I feel. I mean, it's probably okay, but just range on the Wraith is the only thing here. Don't think we need it. Okay, link sledges as promised. And we know that this isn't gonna kill. This isn't gonna be enough to kill the his stuff. Probably do want to put some shields down just in case. Like, I probably don't want this to get yeah, I don't know if you need the tank here. It could be good to throw like second tank here, or it could be good to throw a second tank here just so it clears faster, or just a second layer of tanks here. Could also be good. Sell this, go into temp range. Try to kill his crawlers there. Okay, what's this? We see some cheese coming out. Did he move his crawler? Okay. So is the Raiden going to be able to kill the link sledges? They have separated, but it doesn't look like it's doing anything. And we're gonna do 2,000 damage easy. What he needed to do was go into mass. Mass sabers with double shot. That completely wrecks the that would wreck the link sledges. I don't know if it was too late to do that. I don't know if it was too late to do that. It might not have been. It might have been fine. Let's just test that, because I've lost to Sabertooth with double shot, and yeah, it's pretty good into link sledge. Hey, thanks. My microphone is a little bit low. Okay. Let me see about that. How about now? Maybe a little bit more. Let's try this. Maybe a little bit more volume. Now it should be good, or it's still a little bit low. Still, microphone still might be a little low. And what about now? Don't know here. Hence audio property. Say I go to 13 decibels. Nope, that's way too much. It's gonna like 6. Hello, there you go. Now my decibel volume is probably good. Maybe still playing with this here. Go to 5 decibel. Okay. How's the volume now? Should be good. So we're gonna take a look at how to counter this with the double shot saber. Okay, so elite recruit. Go for double shot. Probably don't need range, but yeah, this doesn't really matter where you place them. Like you probably put a couple here, but might as well just stack this one side since, you know. And I would suggest probably selling out of this because the link sledge is not going to do anything. I would even sell out of this. I would sell out of this actually. Can I go for like range or the secondary armament? Range, right? So I can hit more stuff. So take a look at this. Okay, so it's still not enough. Still not enough, but it's getting there. You see? It's getting there. And then all of a sudden, boom, look at that. So you have to respect the but now they had the wasps, right? You don't have anything for the wasp. Okay, never mind. Maybe you do, but I don't think you can kill. You can't even kill a single level 1 pack. So still in the bluesing, but you know those sabers. Maybe you set up. You know, maybe you put like the saber here, but then the problem is if you put the saber here, then you don't have enough to kill this, and then all of a sudden, you know, you get overrun. Mech Rage is garbage. Whenever they nerf something that I use the most, out of principle, I will never use it again until they buff it, because the reason is, let's say I'm stuck at top 100 in the world, right? I'm with whatever I'm doing, then they nerf it. Well, I'm not going to be able to get to the next level, right? I'm not going to be able to beat number 1 consistently. So I have to find something else, a different strategy. Because if they just nerf what you're doing and you know, you're already like, you specialize in what they nerfed, well, you know, it's a recipe for disaster. You have to find out new methods, and I feel like what we found here with the link sledge is just as powerful. I mean, maybe it's not as powerful, but it's more fun don't know if it's more fun, but it's just as it's more cheesy. And what I love about the cheese stuff is you end up, you end up surprising your opponent, right? It's so much about surprise. Like, so both specs are good, right? You got marksman spec, you got this spec, both are really good, but you probably go with this because you don't have to sell the marksman, and you get a lot of money. So you could even try like round 3 Link Sledge, but I think you need to end the game with Link Sledge in 1 round. So it's probably a mistake to try to doing something that crazy. Just put this guy in the middle, I guess. Link is a lot easier to counter, yes, but the thing is, Link is the least thing they are expecting. Like, I just don't understand. I mean, I think, maybe there's a limited time frame for you to play this Link strategy until people are expecting it. It's kind of like when you come out with the HE factory, right? No one's expecting it, but once people are going to be expecting it, they will blind counter you. Then the game goes into a completely... Then it becomes way less effective. But you could also use that to your advantage. Like, you could say, I'm not going to click Link. I'm just going to click range or something, right? But if you can get the Link to go off, it's just so good. So Fire Badger. You just put a Fire Badger in the flank. Like, I want to start selling stuff, but I could sell this Fire Badger later. I feel like it dies in the flank too quick. Like, maybe this flank. Just to piss him off, just to ignore, just to annoy him a little bit. So, the question is, do you go for the 2 chaff here? Or do you just go straight into the more sledges? Normally, I would always go for the 2 chaff. Maybe it's not bad. I just don't know. I just haven't really played pure, like, no chaff sledge yet, but I feel like this could be a mistake. I don't feel like you need the chaff. See? It's always a mistake. Like, if you just build an extra tank, it's gonna be better than these 2 chaffs. Especially since he's going to Vulcan. So Vulcan's the traditional counter. It's a really good counter. Does have fangs, so that means you're gonna need to have ground spec on those wasps. So you have to kill the Vulcan before you can get to the fang. The good news is I think he paid money to unlock the Vulcan, so he's stuck in the Vulcan. I could redeploy this, but I don't need to. I could just sell it. Imagine going Link on round 3. Should I do it? Yes or no? We're gonna do it. Round 3 Link. And he's probably going to be down to 5. He's probably going to take 2,000 damage on this round. Yeah, I mean, a good player like Flower Fairy or Sacco will play a different strategy every game, or not just them. Woot, Dillo, Rooster, they will play a different strategy every game. But I just feel that I'm not at their level, so I can only play one strategy and get good at it because that's the only I'm not as good as those other guys that have a million strategies. I only have one strategy. Okay, so now you simply just go into mass wasp. Right, that's just as simple as that. Just go into mass wasp. I would love to click a shield, but we don't have shield. Shield would be good, mate. So then I'll just click area. I'll just click ground spec. Now, what we're going to expect to see is probably some kind of Melter play, but he doesn't have money to go Melter on round 3. So this should be the nail in the coffin. There's the Melter. Pay 200 to go for a Melter, but now there's like quite a lot of wasps in front, I think. So he's going to have to kill the wasps first, which might prove difficult for him. The ground spec is probably better than the shield, I think, maybe. Still, Melter is still distracted. Will it finally turn its gaze into the juicy sledge line? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to. And guys, this is the round 3 link. Game ends by round 4. This is the round 3 link. Okay, so now now we know that we can go link on round 3. It never occurred to me that I thought round 4 was the earliest link, but now you can go for link on round 4. I mean, now you can go for round 3, and you can see it's even better. The earlier you get the link, the better. It's like the factory. The earlier you go for factory, the better, because the less he's got on the board that can defend it. But it is always going to be a 2-punch knockout. It's never going to be, round 3 you're just going to win. You're always going to have to deal with the Melter on the following round. But you could see you just build wasps. That's all you do. So that's good, man. That's I did not know that you could go for link on round 3 and still make it work. Yeah, look, whenever I've lost linked sledges before, very rarely, because very few people would ever play a link sledge, and you always think that there's a possibility for the link to come, but you're always shocked when the link comes. Like you're never ready for the link. You think that you've got things under control, but once the link comes, you're never ready for the link, and then you think that, okay, once the link comes, I can handle this, because that's what you think. You think, hey, I know that there's going to be a link, but I'm not worried because I can handle it once he goes link. But the reality is you cannot handle it after most of the time you're not going to be able to handle it, and that's how you lose in 2 rounds every single time. Yeah, I mean, he didn't know the Vulcans are indeed really bad into link sledges, but he just didn't know that he was gonna go. He just didn't know that we were gonna go link. Yeah, the last thing he was expecting was link. He probably didn't even look at our tech bar, and he probably thought, well, like there's no way he's clicking like link and heal. So it's basically, this was the first time that that's ever happened to him, and that's the beauty of the strategy. because it's the last thing he expected. Tell you what, that was one of the quickest games we've played. Round 4, to be able to win in round 4, that's pretty. I've faced the balls already. Suck balls. The thing is, like level 1, I think even a level 2 suck ball into a tank line, I don't think it out heals the steel ball. If it's like a single steel ball, even a level 2 single steel ball at max power, it doesn't do anything to the sledge line. That being said, like you probably can't kill it with the sledges. You probably need, like the ground spec wasp, you probably need a debuff on the tower. So you don't want to necessarily face steel balls. Like the suck will eventually counter it, but it's not as devastating as I think a melter. The melter ramp is way more higher than like a single steel ball. So steel balls are dangerous, are very dangerous, but they do need the range tech. They do need levels, which is why you don't go Link if he already has high level sledges. Steel balls. You definitely don't go Link. In the same way you don't go Link if he already has melters. We've been playing 1700, 1600 all morning. Like we got one game or two games at 2000, but yeah, if we were playing for the MMR, we would just dodge here, but I kind of just don't care. I'm playing every single game. I haven't dodged this season yet. If I make it into like the top 20, I'm gonna start dodging, but I'm still just experimenting. But it feels like the strategy now is pretty. I think I've gotten it mostly figured out. So go with this supply spec, sell out of the steel ball right away. Use the other steel ball as a cheese. So where is he going to position his stuff? Well, if he he's probably going to position it here, but who knows? Like, you never know. Could go for 3 chaff here. There's no need to go for the tanks right away. I prefer to have some crawlers. Okay, so this is kind of the wrong direction to go, but we sell out of this anyways next round. One steel ball, are you saying one steel ball or one steel ball pack? Because I quite often when the steel balls come, like you end up killing like 1 or 2 of them. So it's sometimes there's only like a part of a steel ball left. And I just saw I've gotten locked on with a single steel ball level 2. It didn't do anything, like to the 7 packs. So now you're worried about this improved Scorpion. Mass-produced sledge is good though. I think we have to take it. But I'm really worried about the Scorpion. If I see the Scorpion, I'm gonna start going. I'm not gonna play anymore. I'm not gonna go into more sledges. Kind of feels like I have way too much money. Like this isn't right. You can't just float 300. What am I supposed to do? Don't want to click range, because the range ends up costing as much as the link. 500 versus 600. Maybe I shouldn't have clicked the. I didn't need the mass produced. Okay, I think I might have messed up. I didn't need the mass produced. I really didn't need that. Now I have to float 300 on round 2. That's pretty bad. thing is, the mass produced is also the nerfs are multiplied. So, but still, like it's supposed to be a good card. I just haven't tried it yet with Link. It looks like we might be losing a lot of MMR this game though, with this experiment. If this goes, this is not going well. Get the wasps. Going to be an insta pick. But at least we didn't see the scorpion, right? At least we didn't see the scorpion. I guess we should have done last round is elite recruit them. Okay, so elite recruit is still good. Probably go for the attack. And maybe a speed. I need the marksman potentially. Okay. At least we're not cost control. So our level 2 tanks have, you know, more. They're better than level 1. They're better than the level 1 normal tank. So, but then you have to pay for the elite recruit. That's the problem. Okay, so now we're gonna try this with no chaff in front. He sold out of one of his wasp already. Okay, that's good news. The last thing you want to see is a wasp mirror. The last thing you want to see is a wasp. Okay, we need this tower. Okay. We need to win a round because we want to whittle him down a little bit. I found that MMR does not mean that it makes no difference to if you can counter the Link Sledge or not. One of the only losses I had today was against someone that was like 1700. It makes no difference, your MMR. Because if you just click the right button, you're gonna win. I think, yeah, the gun isn't doing anything for me. Just build a straight line here, or do I start? I can't feel like you probably good to put something here, but I wonder if it dies too quick. I wonder if it dies before it warps in. Is the problem? Because they are like the. They are the mass-produced kind. Because it's just arc light, so I feel like he's not. He doesn't understand the problem. He doesn't understand how to counter this yet. But we will see melters for sure next round. So we're gonna have to start going into probably ground spec wasp. Good, he doesn't have that much anti-air or anything. In the past, I would have clicked range first, just so, you know, but now I realize that range doesn't do anything. Range is the most useless tech. And it costs as much as both Link techs. Because Link and heal is 600. If you consider how much extra it is to get the range, it's 500. So it's just the same cost as Link and heal. So there's no way I'm gonna click the range. Orbital bombardment is kind of bad for us. Is it good for him? It doesn't. It's only good if he goes wasp or like Mustang. I think I can skip here. So I'm expecting Melter because that's probably what you're supposed to do. Let's just go ground spec. With 50 left over, I'll go for speed. I could sell this and just go for range. Haven't exactly figured out how far, how close these guys need to be, but better safe than sorry. I'll just put them all the way up. Here you go. As predicted, it's going to be melters. But I'm worried about him clearing. He's not going to be able to clear this flank. Okay, well, unless he puts the melter there. So, do you think we're going to win this round? I'm not 100% sure here. What is anti-heal? What is anti-heal? Fang, you mean ignite? I don't think ignite does anything. I think ignite, like, I don't think it doesn't, like, the ignite doesn't work on the whole, like, it doesn't work on the whole pack. It just works on a single unit. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to lock on. There's so much chaff coming in. Yep. So, yet again, do the same thing, get the same result. So it's one of the best feelings you could have in the game. Going for the link sledge. Okay. Let's play this guy. Burn ignite. I don't think ignite does nothing. Well, what is KYS? I don't understand what even that means. Oh, kill yourself. Okay. I thought it was like keys or something. I had no idea what he said. Okay. So this or this. You could sell out of the Rhino for more money, but you have to sell, the arc lights are useless. So I'll go with the marksman because you don't have to sell out of the crawler. So this is going to be the true test. We have a high MMR opponent here. And you know, if it works on high MMR, then you know, if it works on 2100, it's going to work on, you know, 1000. It's going to work on 1900. It's going to work at 1500. So do you go marks? No, you don't go marksman first. I think you just go, you know, I mean, he does have the steel ball, so you probably do want to have the have a little bit of chaff in front. Okay, at least he went the side that he was supposed to go. I don't know why I keep putting my sledges like always like on you know, on both sides. Maybe I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Problem here is he's already has steel balls. That's a huge problem. Could go into our Rhino Assault. He's gonna go into a Rhino Assault almost surely. I think I just skip here. I don't know. Like, he's probably gonna defend the Rhino Assault is what I'm thinking. So in that case, I'm just not even gonna attack it. Start selling out of this, I guess, or do I keep this? Probably doesn't hurt to keep it for another round. Well, I doubt that this is going to be super useful past another round, so I'll start selling. Could have a missile here, but do we need a missile? Yeah, I mean, he could go for a Phoenix. Wait, what did he do? He ignored the rhino assault, which is quite skillful for him to be able to predict that. This is doing a lot, this cannon. And I would assume that he's going to be selling out of the steel balls pretty soon, because he knows that they are no longer effective. And once he sells out of those steel balls, that's when we make our play. I don't want Mustangs. I don't want... I could go for Phantom Ray. Probably just go for the Typhoon and sell, but... You know... Could just put a Phoenix here temporarily, or a Phantom Ray here temporarily. Ideally, I want to just do this and just sell out of it next round. Maybe this is stupid. Maybe I don't need to go so aggro, right? Because he's gonna have Phoenixes here. He would just keep it for defense. Probably just need something here. Uh-oh. That's not what you want to see. You don't want to see the Scorpion. Do not want to see the Scorpion. So this means we cannot go into Link. Good thing we got the Phantom Ray, because that's probably what we're going to start spamming. Because you don't want necessarily Wasps, given the Mustang situation, but the Phantom Rays can work. They can be a one-unit solution for everything. They did number 1 in damage. I'm glad I didn't put him so far forward. Underground threat or shield airdrop? I think I'll go for the underground threat. A portable shield could be good here, but you're going shield anyways. Oh, I almost want to start selling out of the sledge, but the problem is... the problem is that his ground army is still pretty substantial. You don't want to just lose the tower for free. But I feel like I need to sell out of something. Maybe I'll use this defensively. Do I sell out of this tank now, or is it doing anything? It's not doing that much, but what can I get if I sell out of it? Not much. Probably go for the armor first, because now it's all about Phantom Rays. It's gone range into the Scorps, which means we're gonna need to start selling out the sledges. Okay, yeah, I should have sold out of that. Maybe we need underground threat chaff. But it feels like it's not going to do anything to the hounds. The hounds will just tear up everything. We have air superiority with our Phantom Rays. Could consider going armor first on the Phantom Ray, but it's probably the shield is probably more useful. It's just hard to say. Uh-oh. Okay, good thing there's not that many left. It's kind of a pity we weren't able to go Link this game. I'm very disappointed. It has to be a sell, right? Has to be a sell here. Unless you want to go the Wraith for the armor. But you're also assuming that he's not going to go for something similar. Okay, no free lunch for you. Do I elite recruit? I need. I feel like I just need I need technologies, but just put this here, see what happens. And not sure about the armor. I put cloak back because it gives you 20% extra, but I want the energy shield more than the cloak. I feel like the if he goes into like Wraith, if he goes into like Raiden, then you know you don't want the armor. The cloak isn't going to do that much. But at the same time, I'm not sure about floating here. Floating could be a mistake. Why don't I just do a couple missiles, slow him down or something? Okay, so his response seems to be okay. He's got a high level Phoenix, which means that the armor is not going to do anything. We will need. It's always energy shield. It's always energy shield as your tech. It's very, very rarely not energy shield, so we'll go energy shield next. And we probably just have too many Phantom Rays now for him to deal with. The heavy armor is really good if you can have a level 3 one. It's a no-brainer. Energy shield. I'm thinking about selling this, but I would rather sell out of the sabers first. I mean, I would rather sell out of these guys first. I don't think this is doing that much, but this isn't doing that much either. Let's think about this. We can borrow now. Do I really need them all the way over here? It's probably not bad. Range shield. Sell out of something. Could we sell out of this? Imagine going for like a fire badger. Yeah, fire badger would be really good here. Let's think about this here. Let's go for temp range only. And let's see what happens. There we go. Fire comes down. I don't think we can lose this here. But do we kill him? 1700? It's pretty close, probably. Keep him alive, yeah, because we want to make sure that get the fire. We want to make sure that we're actually playing this correctly. We don't want to get a cheap win. But I'll tell you what, this fire is just devastating for him. So devastating for him, this fire. He's got fork, so now you go into, you would think you go into Mustangs, but do you want Mustang, I mean Wasp, but you can't go Wasp into the Raiden, I mean into the Mustang. So what do I do? I think you just keep committing. Maybe I'll even go into like, this gives me 15,000. He's 6,000. Like, I want the more damage. I don't need the 20%. I don't need the cloak, I feel. So I'm gonna give up the range here. Just go for speed, which I think is fine. Nice sprinkler. That's a really good sprinkler for him. But he's gonna lose this tower. He's you know, that's the problem when you want to play ASIM, but maybe I'm speaking too soon here. It looks like there's a potential comeback situation. Yep, he's kind of coming back here. Wow. Oof. Spoke too soon on that one. Alright, what do we do here? What is the answer to this? Lightning Storm makes sense, but I doubt that it's going to do anything to him. Lightning Storm is going to mess us up, I think. But you take it anyways because you got to go into the Wraith. Okay, so what do I do? Sell out of this probably. Or maybe not. Maybe I sell out of another tank. Maybe, do I go cloak? Do I try out the cloak now? Or do I need armor instead of cloak? I feel like the cloak doesn't do anything. You get extra 20% damage. I feel like the cloak doesn't do anything. I probably want to level on the tower. Okay, the only thing I can think of is just go more Phantom Rays. You know there's going to be a blast somewhere. It's probably going to be here. So I'm just going to put down a single shield. Maybe another level on the tower. Maybe the attack upgrade. And I think that's it. I really don't think the cloak does anything. At least we have level 3 on the tower, so we know we're gonna lose the tower. We actually kill his actually the cloak killed his Raiden that was supposed to be protecting his tower. So I guess cloak works, but only in like cheese situations. I mean, in this situation, the Raiden always have 5 targets to shoot at. Like it doesn't do anything. Okay, maybe it does something. Maybe it does something. Okay, so first time that I've used cloak in a very long time. Yeah, the crazy thing here was like he thought that he could just blast this, and I mean it still wouldn't have like I don't think would he still have killed it, because he needs 4 blasts, you know, to be able to kill that. Like I'm wondering if armor would have been better. I just want to test that out, because I'm not sure if cloak does anything, because honestly, like, come on, cloak, what does cloak do? You know, cloak, you're invisible, but then like there's always something for the guy to shoot at, and it doesn't matter if you're invisible. Like, you know, there's so many Phantom Rays that, yeah, it's gonna be easy for him to just shoot at 5 things. Let's try to simulate everything so that it's the same, and we just go for armor instead of the cloak. 2 levels, get a shield here. Go for 2 Phantom Rays. I think you had one here. We had one like here, I think. I kind of forgot. Did we even missile something? Okay. Let's watch this fight here and see what happens. So 10k, it's still 4 shots. Yeah, it's still this isn't enough. That was his mistake. He didn't deal with this properly. The extra 15% health, I wonder if it does anything. Oops. Yeah, I think we win way more here. This is a much bigger victory, so I think the cloak doesn't do anything. I think we just proved that the cloak doesn't do anything. You're trading 15% of the HP into the like 20% damage. I don't think you need more damage, but maybe look at this. The Mustangs did no damage, so you need the armor here because you need the armor for, actually the Mustangs were doing so much damage. That's something that it kind of didn't cross my mind. So the Mustangs were doing the damage. But okay, at least we learned something. The cloak doesn't do anything. All right, I think I'm gonna have to take a break here. You're not clearing all those rays without AoE. We did clear all the rays with AoE. You know, the phantom rays clear chaff fine. Like they do clear chaff. Like they do get stuck, but they're better than the Phoenix. They're worse than the Wasp probably. Right? Or they're similar to the Wasp. You know, the oil with the fire, he already had the extinguisher. You're not going to do any fire damage. The cloak, I don't think it prevents he didn't have chain jump, but I feel like even if he had the chain jump, I don't think it protects from the chain jump. Yeah, I would replace the cloak with another tech. Probably I need to think about it, but I don't think you necessarily I mean, I hate the HA tech, and I feel like the range is just useless. So I don't think there's any other tech that I could put on the rays that I would use. Like even the armor is kind of niche. Maybe the cloak is just good because like if you're already like double teched with everything, then you know the extra 20% is probably pretty good. If you're high level, the extra 20% just for the stats is good, like late game. HE with range, yeah, I mean I tried that before. If you rely on that, like you just, you know, it stops working at 1500 MMR if you go range and HE and you force phantom rays. It just doesn't work at the high level. Like I'm sure there are situations where it's good, but I'm not a believer in the HE right now. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, and hopefully we can see you play some games on, you know, using the link sledge strategy. And feel free to join the Discord and share some of your games and your experiences with you know, with your strategy. I'll talk to you guys later.